Hello and welcome to my channel. I would like to show you something today, to introduce you to something that is completely new to me. Not the technique, the technique itself is new to me. Richard Murray came up with the idea of using the runes not as something flexible and movable like on stones, but he made a rune board. So normally when I checked on rune boards, it's not the runes that are on the board, but you have a board and you throw the runes onto it. And I thought this was an amazing idea and I wanted to use it. So I am functioning in a way to say that, but different. And so my rune board is far different from Richard's one. But at this moment, I would love to say thank you, Richard, for this amazing idea. And, well, I'm not sure if you like what I came up with, but this is working for me. So Richard said that he was using 2 lines of 12 runes. So you come up with the 24 runes. For me, it were the 3 adds of 8 runes. It already starts because it was a gut feeling that I did it like this, and 3 and 8 are numbers out of the Fibonacci formula, and I'm sort of a fan of that formula, so it was logical for me to do it like this. So let me show it and give you some ideas how you can use this. So if you're using the 12 runes in 1 line and 2 lines with 12 runes, you also have 12 with the 12 a number of the 12 month. So I think it is a very logical way to use it as a future reading tool. Richard is using 2 sets of stones of 9, so one positive, the other one negative. That's definitely not my style to read runes or to go into the future. So even if my readings come out as a future reading, but not always, I keep it like this. And as you can see, I have set, I don't know if you see it there, you see it maybe, the Sabbath around. So I have 8 Sabbaths in a year, and that way I still have an idea of the timeline in the situation. So I just want to show you what ideas I came up with, how you can use it. So one of them is the pendulum, because if it strikes out into one direction of a rune, and if it strikes out further, you can find out if it is Lagus or if it is Raido, for example. So I'm using this as a pendulum, but I am also the kind of very pragmatic, not pragmatic. So this is working too. In just a moment, for those who haven't seen it. And well, actually I have Odin spare, and I think that would be perfect to use as a pendulum on such a board. But I came up with other ideas along this too. So one of the ideas that I was using is, and I actually forgot one, I have the runes on dices. And so I can use runes on runes to find out what runes lie close to something. So if I say that I have in Feu, which is what we belong, and you have Hagalas in there, maybe it might tell you that what you own for the moment being could get destroyed. You should maybe a little bit more careful about what you belong, what you have, what you own, what is in your belongings, as an example. Another idea I had, I like working with the elements, so I made element dices. So as it has 6 sides along with the elements, I use the sun and the moon as an idea of what is coming to the light or what lies sleeping. I made 5 of them, so that's the number missing between 3 and 8 on the Fibonacci formula. And there again, you can go and then you say, okay, here you have the night, so maybe your belongings are sleeping, and concerning that the water is going again from Feo into Hagalas. So if you don't pay attention to your belongings and you are not using them carefully and are forgetting about them and they go sleeping, they will be ending up being destroyed. It flows into Hagalas. I started working with this. So those are ideas that I have. Or you get like, if you're into power animal thing, you get those stones with animals on it. Those are, let me show you, the spirit stones. And those can be used the same way. You know, you can use them too, and throwing them on the board. And for example, you just take the ones that are lying in the correct way around. So if we take that this is the dolphin, and the dolphin has a lot to do with having fun and being playful, and it lies on Isa, maybe that is something that has to break through, and that for the moment being it is frozen, that your fun moments are in a frozen state. But I went further because I like trying out things, and I like to try to use things together. So something else that comes close to runes is the 9 words. So for the moment being, I don't have any symbols on them, so I just made abbreviations of the words. So MG for Midgard, MH for Muspelheim, JH for Jotunheim. And there again, all of the 9 words have a certain aspect, and it can be interesting to find out what aspect inside of yourself, because it's from inside to the outside, from the outside into the inside. So you can use them too, again, by just using them and throwing them on the board. Well, there you see, they all lie the wrong way around. And it is your choice if you turn them around or you say this is not the moment. But for example, if you have one lying there, so this is Vanaheim, which has a lot to do with now I'm missing the word, working in the garden and all that stuff. And so that may have something to do that is going to happen around the time of Beltane. I am just giving you ideas how to use or what to do, what to use together. Chakra work, well, very simple. I just gave them the colors of the chakras. And again, you can use them and find out what is the chakra that needs work, what is the chakra that needs to be, and we have one that falls off. And then we come and talk, I can talk about something else. We have the symbol of Wirt in the middle. So here, this one is turned around, but for example, the root chakra is very close to it. So it may show you to be careful if you go into the flow of what should be happening to you, what is bringing the web of Wirt together with the runes and with your body, that is something that happens in real life, because the root chakra is the one which is closest to our physical life. And then there is another thing. can you use tarot with it this way? Because normally you can just read the cards and then you throw the runes onto the cards. But does it work the other way around? Because they are not going to use cards. But again, there was someone who came up with a very funny way. It's tarot in a tin. Where you have those small charms, and there again you can use them and throw them on the board and find out where they are going to lie. So if you say you have the sun, are you seeing it there? The sun in the house of Gebo, so it is something about giving and taking, about this exchange between people, which makes a thing becoming warm and becoming great and becoming fruitful in a certain way. Kano on the other side, I'm not sure you see it, let me just move it. Kano, for example, opening up to the world, opening up to the possibilities. So again, this is just to give you an idea what this idea of Richard to make a board like this, well, made to me, and the brainstorm or hurricane that went on in my head, and I just wanted to share it with you if you want to do a board like that. I am going to put the Facebook link of Richard Murray into the video or under the video, so that if you want the measurements, my measurements are a bit different, because I didn't find a plate like this with his measurements. But so you have a possibility not simply to use my ideas, but to have an option if you rather like to use the 12 runes in 2 lines, for example, or if you want to use his way to make the board and to work with the board too. So I am going to put the video in there. So I just put it like this. Maybe I'm going to make another video if someone wants a reading like this with one of the options that I just gave. Just contact me, because I want to make a video with it, with a real reading as an example. So maybe you got curious and want to find out what is working. So thank you for watching me.